It's Week 8 of the National Football League.
And we'll be watching Jayon Brown. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance.
It's the Lions and the Barons.
All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Detroit Lions and the Brooklyn Barons. We welcome everybody again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn and CD. We've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position and be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking forward to testing themselves against what is considered the best on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun, a very exciting battle headed our way.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
On 1st and 10, Leary. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards in on the first play from scrimmage.
Just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Leary. We're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Well, Charles, look, and this is probably a harbinger of things to come. He's got such trust in his tight end, and they're on back-to-back plays. We're seeing that on display.
And when they have that kind of trust, they're not as worried about what the coverage is because they feel like they know each other so well. They'll make the subtle move downfield, and the ball will end up in the right spot. And by the way, partner, what's harbinger mean? Help me out.
Well, you're the one that taught me that a few years ago, so I'll have to lean on you for that. I'm just hoping it fit into the sentence correctly.
I must have got it from my word of the day calendar on my desk.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former #2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
And it'll be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. And right away, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine, because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. To throw on second down, Leary steps away to his left. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Bryce Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, got a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 61 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down. Now Hall. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end, because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a gain of 6. Throws up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
They'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to the ground with Hall. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Hall again. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And that will set him up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
A gain of 8 brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run with Hall. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Breece Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Barons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
The extra point attempt to follow here. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Leary, and that's caught. It's Brian Edwards. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. To throw on 3rd down. Leary looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. pulled in at the 24. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field in the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Play action. Now Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And they're going to get this up to midfield. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And it's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 11 more on that one and another first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Hall again on 2nd down. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And the lead will hold at 10. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
They'll start on the ground with Swift and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Off the play fake, Leary. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Leary going underneath. He's got Hockenson. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Leary. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
To throw again on second down, Wilson. The 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
Now the try here for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Wilson getting right back to it after the pick six. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jayon Brown. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback. And
the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Caught by Wilson. That'll give them 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd. And they bring their punter out there now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Lions will take over. See, T.J. Hawkinson has his team, his offense, set to begin another drive here. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, That means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Leary. Got Edwards now on the slant. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Leary. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams, there to bring him down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Looking to throw. Leary. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Leary. And he fires one that's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this 1st half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line.
He's brought down at his own 4-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball again on 2nd down. And some space here. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 31-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
to give up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. A give running right is Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
The tackleback just shy of midfield. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit, because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Hall. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the Lions' 15-yard line.
Hall again on 2nd down. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Lions will take over. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. To throw on 2nd down. Leary. Finding Hockenson here on the out route. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. He's up to 70 yards now in this first half receiving as he's got a first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 30. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they followed them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Leary. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 3rd down, Leary. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. It's not going to end in points, but you consider where this drive started. You probably label it a success.
I do, and I know that without points, it's hard to say that a drive truly was a success. But think of it this way. Changing field position, maybe giving your defense a little bit of a break.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And he'll find Hall. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. There's Wilson to throw. That pass complete to Moore. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson uncorks one for Davis. Touchdown! Corey Davis as the first half is winding down. And the Barons will extend their lead here just before halftime.
To me, that touchdown had something that's kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Jaguars who have the lead in the second quarter. Trevor Lawrence, 2 touchdown passes thus far. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Justin Herbert, 4 touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Check on the Patriots. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Mac Jones, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for our home team, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taking in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He gets it underneath to Hall, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
As a passer, I was trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Hall. It's a gain of 4, and it gives him the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just like my absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Hall. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Taken down at the 50-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Third and 2, now Wilson. Open man is Uzama. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up the first down.
Give to Hall running right. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Here's a give to Hall. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 17-yard line.
From the 17, Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Garrett Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Barons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So we can look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Throwing on first down. Leary. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down. Back to throw. Leary. And it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. Back to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Pass interference. Defense.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Very quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
That's on the tackle, Panay Sewell.
Still third down.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Leary. Throw left side complete. That's Edwards. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Operating from the gun. Leary. That's out to the flat for Swift. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On 2nd down, Swift. A little juke. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st down, Leary. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Down inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another 1st down.
That's a nice job right there. Get the ball out to the perimeter. Get it to your guy in space. And he's just going to take this, turn upfield, and turn it into a big play in 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Swift. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Swift again, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. DeAndre Swift taking it in from a yard out, and the Lions get a bit closer. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. All eyes on Zach Wilson leading his team back out for this next drive. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone, oh, yeah, he's feeling real good right now.
Now he'll try to carry that over to this drive. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
To throw is Wilson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
A handoff for Hall. Oh, good move. And some room to run now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice pickup of 17 yards. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points response there. That opening touchdown was 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Off play action. Leary rolling to his right. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. Ball again on second down. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. This offense so far on third down, well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 7. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. On now is the punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. Another shot now for this Lions offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Leary. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coach always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. They put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dive. Looking to throw. Leary. He'll get this off to Swift. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. A beautiful fake. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing on 2nd down, Wilson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away.
He was covered by Xavier.
Fielded at the 20. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now a throw here to his running back. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 67 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st and 10, Leary. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the gun, Leary. Looking sideline, incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Back to throw, Leary. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
That's interference. Defense.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Leary. Throw to St. left side. And the Lions are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Well, this is the defense is definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Back to throw. Leary. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
And this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Turnover that just got him the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
On second down, a run with Hall. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. On third down, here's Hall. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good.
On first and 10, it's Hall. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
4 yards on the pickup.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This one caught by Davis. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Paul want to give up the middle. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Now left side, the completion was tied in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage. To throw on second and 10. Wilson got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Here's Wilson to throw. Again, he finds Moore. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
You have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Running left, it's Hall. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll go again with Hall. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being
Previous play
inside
is
2
under
minutes of
review.
play, everything coming from up above. The thing that they'll be looking at is the spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for an official to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. A give running right is Hall. They'll get this down to 21, just on the edge of the red zone. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This is Hall. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 128 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
Again, an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game, the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the home team here, they finally taste victory for the first time after 7 straight defeats. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.